Yo, what's going on, guys? We're back today for another video. It's time to make another horseman. So, I was thinking about who would be some good horsemen, and Namor was one of the first ones to come to mind outside of Apocalypse's synergies. So, yeah, so we're going to jump into Act 6. I don't even remember what chapter it is, but it's the one with the Nick Fury. It's 6.3 because there's the boost. 6.3 point... Is it 2? I want to say. I'm not sure. But yeah, the Nick Fury boss. And we're going to be using Namor, making him a full-fledged horseman. So what becoming a horseman means, if you don't know, you get basically, it can be applied to any mutant champion by Apocalypse for expending his maximum amount of charges. And you can build his full charges in a single fight with a synergy with either Sinister, Cable, or Kang. It's really great. And so once you become a horseman, you get a bunch of enhancements to your mutant character. The first one is bleed resistance, 100% bleed resistance. So it's kind of like how Omega Red is. He is 90% based. So any mutant can get 100% bleed resistance. So, you know, the bleed will still get applied, but they'll just heal from it from willpower if you have the mastery, which is great. You get increased ability accuracy, which for Namor is a good side, is kind of actually a negative, because I'm applying more bleeds here, which is kind of unfortunate. And when you apply bleeds with Namor, you don't trigger your rage, so it's kind of annoying. You also get a 50% prowess increasing special attack damage, which for Namor is going to be really good. And then also, if the opponent purifies a debuff, you go unblockable, and if you get hit throughout one of the fights, you go passively unstoppable as a horseman, only one time per fight. But the cool thing is it persists through the entire quest, so it's really awesome. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything. I don't have it written down, that's just off memory. I think that's it. So yeah, we do the regular Namor cycle here. I haven't used Namor in a while. It's good to play around with him. And so I picked this path for a couple of reasons. For one, you know, it looked doable with Namor, with just Namor. For two, I wanted to fight the Nick Fury boss at the end, because he's one of he's kind of a tricky boss in Act 6, but I'm a big fan of fighting him. And another reason I picked this path is because there's caltrops. So, you know, as now Horseman, Namor becomes excellent for anything bleed related, because he's 100% resistant. So caltrops, biohazard, straight up knows how to apply bleed to you. You know, whatever the case may be, if there's bleed, it's great now for anyone who's a horseman, except for against like a void, or, you know, something where if you have debuffs you take damage, something like that. But for just bleeds, you know, it's great for Namor. And so that's why I picked this path. And you guys are about to see an insane accidental discovery coincidence that is insane, but we'll talk about it once we get there. So for this next fight, because the Deadpool fight was a little bit overkill, I'm just going to trigger my Fury a little early and only use 15 stacks of Imperious Rex. I was thinking, you know, with this prowess, maybe this will be enough. You know, I felt like I could have killed Deadpool like 2 times over at the end of that fight. So yeah, here we're going to get off a couple special 2s, and it does some pretty solid damage. We're going to get off special 1, and that's enough to kill her. So, you know, we didn't need to get 2 Furies, we didn't need to get full Imperious Rex, and now we're onto the path. So it's the very first fight where I discover this very happy coincidence against Darkhawk. I was like, alright, this is going to be by far the worst fight on the path, because he's a robot, and Namor and Omega Red both are not good against robots. Omega Red doesn't apply his spores as fast, and Namor, usually he's really good against bleed immunes because he'll trigger rage, but not against robots. He can't hold their lack of blood against them, it says in his abilities. So, you know, this fight started off as I thought it was, you know, really slow. And then I started noticing my rage going up, and I'm like, wait, is Namor bugged? Is he triggering his rage against a robot? Like, because he's bleeding? I'm like, wait, what's going on here? And then it hit me. Namor gains rage whenever he gains a bleed. So now that he's a horseman, Namor is an absolutely insane counter to caltrops, man. Oh my god, I didn't that didn't even cross my mind. I kind of forgot that Namor had that in his abilities. You know, all these new champions have a laundry list of abilities. It's hard to remember every single little thing, and you know, when normally like that's very insignificant in Namor's abilities, because you're not going to be wanting to trigger massive bleeds, you know, before. But now, if I'm 100% resistant, I don't care if I have a million bleeds on me. I'm taking 0 damage. So yeah, very happy coincidence with finding that on this Caltrops path here. So yeah, this is going to be fun, man. So Horseman Namor, King of Caltrops, dude. You guys are going to see here. Look, once I realized I'm really taking advantage of this, every single dash back is a stack of rage. It's pretty ridiculous. So yeah, I just trigger a whole bunch of rage stacks, go into Imperious Rex, and it's over. Like, once I realize that, I'm like, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a good time. I'm so happy I picked this path, and just a very happy coincidence came of it. So next up here we have a Nightcrawler. So my goal is to switch him early on and then just obliterate him. So yeah, here I think I'm gonna try to switch him. Yeah, I wanted to dash back. He's evading a little bit, you know, trying to trigger his swashbuckling the old-fashioned way. There we go, we get it. And now time to just dash back. Just dash back, dash back, dash back. But gotta do it safely. And boom, we just I'm waiting to hit 30, and then yeah, gonna get this Fury. And then, yeah, we can start dropping specials with full Imperious Rex and with the Fury, and oof, we can just go to town. And you can just see how quickly we got to max Imperious Rex. Dude, this is an insane, this is just an insane thing for Namor, being a horseman on this path, dude. It's crazy. And then here, we're just gonna cycle some special 2s with some heavy attacks. I tried to get to another special 2 there, but unfortunately I didn't. Dropped a special 1, did some pretty good damage, and he goes down. So yeah, 29 hits, you know, like that's the real problem with Namor, is getting him ramped up to 30 stacks of rage, or is it called outrage? I think it's called outrage, to trigger that Imperious Rex. That's the really annoying part with Namor. But with Caltrops and the full immunity to bleed with the Horseman, wow, it is so great, man. And so any node where, you know, a lot of bleeds are being applied, like Biohazard, that's a common node. That'll be really good too. So right here again, just get to 30 super quick, then get to my special 3, drop this, and we can just get that cycle going so much faster. This makes me very excited because, you know, we recently pulled that 6-star Namor, and I don't really. I'm looking at my mutants right now, and it's really between Namor and Colossus for the rank 3, and I don't know, man. I'm digging Namor. I am digging Namor. So right here we get auto block, unfortunately, but you see right there, that's one of the Horseman abilities where you go passively unstoppable. Totally just saves my bacon, or should I say fish sticks, because Namor is a fish, right? But yeah, just totally saves me there. That passive unstoppable is such a big safety net, man. Having that in like Alliance War or something, so useful. You know, you just slip up, you mistake, the opponent evades or something, who knows. Right there again, I got clipped on my way dashing back, and I go passively unstoppable, and just get out of the situation, you know? Super useful. Here, getting wrecked by Heimdall's heavy against the wall. Just trying to dash back and be impatient to build this up. You know, I could definitely go about it a little bit more in a safe manner, but I'm just trying to dash back, dash back, dash back, get to 30, and just get these fights going, you know? So yeah, this is pretty much the loop for this path, and you know, we're just hoping for some big crits. I could be going for 2 Furies to do even more damage, but you know, it's just not needed, especially if I get the crits. You can see that second hit did 94k. Just the prowess on top of Namor's damage already is just so nice, dude, because Namor is a really hard hitter. He can hit some really fat specials. So when you pair that with a 50% prowess, it stacks up nicely, dude. It stacks up very nicely. So that's the whole path already. We cleared all the Caltrop fights, so this last fight does not have Caltrops, unfortunately. I was hoping that it would, but yeah, no such luck. So it's just a Mcoc. Fun fact for you, Mcoc has terrible block proficiency, so sometimes I'm going to hit into his block, Because yeah, I think Mcoc might have the lowest block efficiency in the entire game. It's like 20 something, dude. It's so bad. Because he's like blocking with his head, I guess, which makes sense why it's so bad. But yeah, just going for these 2-hit combos, parry 2-hit combos. This is the fastest way to build up rage, outrage, and also can't get auto blocked because he's stunned. So yeah, hitting some reparries as well, just baiting these L1s, and I think am I gonna trigger Imperious Rex? I think I am. Yeah, just so that I did that so that after this special 3, I'm gonna be in Imperious Rex. I'll also have my power, so I can just instantly drop a special 2. I'll have the Fury, I'll have the Prowess, you know, we'll be good to go. It's also unblockable, so we can't get auto blocked. And boom, hit a 70k crit right there. Yeah, right here, he auto blocks the L1. I was trying to get to another special 2, but he goes down, he bleeds a lot, and yeah, there's another fight in the bag. And then next up we have a Red Skull. So Namor, he's okay against Red Skull. You know, you don't have to worry about Red Skull's annoying ability where if you hit into his block, he's gonna power drain you and you can take a bunch of damage. Because Namor can just reflect that damage, and you can also just burn through his armor. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it at the start of the fight here because I have no power currently, so there's nothing for him to drain. But yeah, later on in the fight, I obviously don't want that to happen when I'm about to build the special 3 and everything like that. So yeah, I want to get rid of those armors early on, which we do, and you can see we take no damage. One of Namor's amazing signature ability, the Hydrokinetic Armor. Yeah, dude, I think Namor's great. It's just weird because no one talks about him anymore. No one talks about Namor anymore, but I still think he's really good. Currently, I think he's a top 4 mutant. I think it's him, Omega Red, Colossus, and Magneto. I think those guys are the top 4. As to what order I would put them in currently, I'm not even sure. I'd really have to think about it, but dude, I do like Namor, and I could get him to about a SIG 150 as a 6-star or something like that, which is okay. Normally that's really good. I don't even have a 6-star at that level yet, but you know, Namor needs to be 200. That's the thing. He needs to be 200. So I have to probably get some more 6-stones from Cyber Weekend. I'm sure there'll probably be like 150 6-stones purchasable generics if you buy a whole bunch of the offers. So that might be the play. I don't know. But then at that time, maybe I'll have a different 6-star that I want to give my 6-stones to. So I don't know. I need to be smart with those 6-stones. I was holding them for Guardian potentially, but we never got them featured. So yeah, I don't know. Got some 6-stones to use, and my prestige is kind of lacking now compared to my alliance. But yeah, we build up Namor here, get the cycle going against Red Skull. Now in Imperious Rex, we got some power, time to do some big damage. So here he has a bar power, so I'm not just gonna run at him. But the special 2 is unblockable, so he's blocking. I just drop it. The middle hit crit for 71,000. Oof, that was a nice hit. And then we get to the big bad Nick Fury boss. So, you know, we cleared that lane pretty fine with Namor as the Horseman. And now this Nick Fury boss has Shank. So what Shank does is another bleed node, where if you hit into the opponent's block, you get a bleed. And the bleed usually is pretty minuscule. Even like a non-bleed immune or resistant champion can actually willpower heal from it. But being 100% resistant to bleed, you can really heal from it. So that's going to be the plan. We're going to hit into his block, get bleeds. Those bleeds are also going to give us stacks of outrage. And just every time we hit Nick with a medium attack, we're also going to be triggering outrage because we're failing to apply our bleed debuffs, which is great. Just going to build up that outrage even quicker. Also, anytime that we parry, we also get a stack of outrage because he's immune to it and it's failing to apply the stun, which is a nice little interaction against stun immunity and debuff immunity. So yeah, right here we're at 27 charges. Everything is looking perfect right here. So I'm gonna drop this, drop it at 28 and not 29 because the plan is to let him dash at me and parry, and then take some block hits to beta heavy or something like that. And if I do that, the parry will give me another stack of outrage, so that'll put me to 29. Which I didn't want to get pushed to 30 and not be able to get to another special 3. I was trying to get 2, but I failed to right here. We do hit pretty hard though, hit some really nice crits. I'm trying to get off another special 2. It was kind of sketchy, but I was able to. Unfortunately, no crits on that one. And here I go for the special 1, which was questionable. You can see it almost gave him a special 3 because he also has empowered immunity. So on my L1, it had a chance to crit, or not crit, to apply stuns and bleeds. And because those failed to apply, because he's immune to them, he was getting empowered immunity. But I was also getting, I was getting outraged right there. That was that was a really weird and cool interaction of the Horseman ability. So two things happened right there. We went unstoppable because of the Horseman synergy, and Nick hit us, so we were able to get out of that combo. But we also took 0 damage from that because I was technically attacking Nick Fury, so my hydrokinetic armor reflected that damage onto him, and then I got out unscathed. That was a really weird and cool interaction. Now, unfortunately, at this point, things just didn't quite line up for me. He's at 5%, so this, it's going to kill him, but then he's going to start his next life, and I feel like if I throw a special 2 right away, he's just going to regen that back, and then that damage is all for nothing. So I kind of wait a sec for the regen to stop, but then I throw my special 2. And unfortunately, we don't get any crits on the first one. The second one, we get 2 pretty big crits. But again, most of that damage was just in vain because he would have degenerated that if I was just patient anyway. So it would have been nice if we triggered Imperious Rex now. That would have been much better timing. But that's okay. Hit into his block just to get that bleed going, just for some willpower healing. And Namor, when you're attacking the opponent, since we take no damage, we also take no damage from the suicide poison, so that's just even more willpower healing. It's so great, man. With Namor, nice passive healing when you have suicides. We're also triggering Shank a bunch, so that's also giving us more stacks of outrage. We're already back at 20 of them, which is really good. So yeah, just trying to manage Nick's power, push him to the special 2s. Right here, he goes unblockable, which is kind of scary. I'm going to manually trigger Imperious Rex, push myself to a special 3, then I'll have my special 2, and looking at his health, I'm like, alright, that should be game over. So everything's going really good. We're still at 96% health right now too, so that's great. So boom, I'm going to drop that, then I'm going to go dash at him and just throw the special. He goes down, no crits even needed. And that's Nick Fury soloed by Namor as a Horseman. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of Namor as a Horseman. I had a lot of fun. I think he's one of the best Horseman candidates with that prowess, with that safety net, and just the bleed resistance, because that's one of the big downsides to Namor is he doesn't have any actual immunities. So giving him bleed immunity or full resistance is great, man. Really love it. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought. Let me know who else you guys would like to see as Horseman. That's gonna do it for this one. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.